Hi, my name is Sarah, and we are going to be demonstrating manipulative motions and particularly focus on throwing and catching. For this demonstration right now, I will be doing overhand throwing, and we're going to talk about the 3 cues, which is arms, take the ball with your dominant hand, put your arm behind your head, step with your opposite foot that your ball is in, and follow through, and then release the ball. And for that, your arm goes behind your head to get some power. Then you'll step with your opposite foot so that you can have accuracy and hit your target. And your follow through will combine both of those into one. If you're having trouble with this motion, then you can make it easier by moving closer to your target or having a bigger target. If you find this motion very easy and you want to challenge yourself a bit more, then you can hit a farther target or a smaller target. Then to differentiate with the cues, you want to make sure that you are always facing your target. So if you're having trouble with all 3 cues, break it down to face the target, then take your hand, stretch behind your head, and then follow through. And just focus on the twisting motion and not so much on your feet moving through.
Okay, so my name's Connor, and I'm going to be teaching the catching aspect of it. So our 3 cues we're going to work with are watch, reach, and pull. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. I'm going to throw the ball against the wall, and as it comes back to me, I'm going to watch, I'm going to reach, and I'm going to pull back into my body. So I'm going to do it one more time. So watch, reach, and pull. Okay, so if this is a little bit too easy for you and you find yourself having a lot of success with it, you can always try to catch with one hand to challenge yourself, or catch on the run. If it's a little bit too challenging already, you can try to make it a little bit easier by using either a bigger ball or standing a little bit closer to where the ball's coming from, and catching at a slower speed. If the cues themselves are giving you a little bit of trouble, you could differentiate and make them a little bit easier by just focusing on, make sure you're behind the ball from where it's coming. Always watch the ball, no matter what, and then just reach for it when it comes back. So the original cues, they're so important because you're always going to keep your eye on the ball so you know where it's coming from. And then you want to reach so that it's away from your body, because if it comes into your body, it can bounce around. And then you pull so that it's a really soft catch, and it's gentle, and it doesn't go bouncing anywhere. And also maximizes your control of the ball.
You can see a throwing motion done in day-to-day activities and sports as well, in things in your gym class such as wall ball, handball, or a game of Terminator. And as well, you can see these in professional sports and how they progress with sports such as football and baseball. In football particularly, you will be able to notice the throwing motion in quarterbacks especially, because they want to get the most power and accuracy to throw to their players. So they'll have the behind the head motion, then they'll have the step with the opposite foot, and then they'll have the follow through as well. And then in baseball, you will see this in the pitcher, to throw with the most accuracy and the most power to get optimal speeds so that the batter strikes out.
Okay, so activities that focus a lot on the catching side of things are also going to be games like wall ball, handball, and Terminator. But looking professionally, the focus on catching in football, at least, is more directed towards positions like the wide receiver, because their entire job is to catch the ball, so they really have to focus on the cues of watching, reaching, and pulling for the ball. It helps them out-compete defenders to get the ball, and also just makes their job as efficient as possible, as they can stick to the cues that well. And instead of baseball, because they use gloves, I want to use the example of basketball. So when you catch a pass in basketball, you always got to go out, reach, watch the ball, and then pull it in, because that ball is so bouncy and it could just go anywhere. And in all, throwing and catching are so closely intertwined that you really can't have one without the other. Pretty much any sport where you find throwing, you're going to find another side of it where you have catching. So they really go hand in hand together.